Welcome to WPCC Sports Radio 1410, and we're here with the Scott King Show again. Coach King, it's been a good off season. It's been a good preseason. You're ready for Newberry now. Let's talk a little bit about your offense and what you're looking for from your starters, and let's talk a little bit about offense.
Well, we got our backfield back, fullback Brandarius Simpson, and a couple of our tailbacks back, Henley and Glenn. So we feel pretty good about that. We got one starter back on the line, O'Neal Speaks, who's gone to tackle. Malik Floyd started a little bit at guard. He's back. We got a couple other young guys that are coming in, and they're not the biggest group, but they do have some fight in them, so we'll take them.
All right, Coach, and we move over to the defensive side. You got a lot of your secondary back from last year that was real young, and let's talk a little bit about the defensive side of the ball.
Well, we do have our secondary back, and when everybody plays nowadays, it's good to have that back. We got four of them back. Henley moved to the linebacker from Bandit. Keon Brown switched from linebacker back to the Bandit spot, so they just kind of flip-flopped. We got Caldwell and Glenn back at the corners, and Conway back at free safety as a sophomore. If you got a good secondary, you got a chance to play around it. We feel like we're going to be better at linebacker and defensive front. Hopefully those guys get a lot of game experience and better quickly.
And, Coach, you do have a lot of young guys on that defensive front, and they need to be putting some pressure on the line and not letting the quarterback sit back and throw.
Well, we got to be more athletic, and we got to run and tackle a little bit better than we did last year. If we do that, our secondary's got a chance to play behind us.
And, Coach, and we go and talk a little bit about the kicking game. You got back Truett Burns, who had a real good year last year and had a real good summer. Been out and really working on his game. If he's well, he can really be a threat.
Well, we expect Truett to have a good year. He's had a good summer. He came on as a sophomore, as a punter and place kicker, and exceeded expectations a little bit. And hopefully he exceeds expectations this year, because we have high expectations for him if he exceeds them. And he's going to have a real good season. Hopefully he doesn't get to punt too much, though.
There you go. And, Coach, a little bit about your return team, offensive kicking team and punting team. Got some really good kids that can field the ball and be dangerous.
Well, we did a good job. Coach Webb did a real good job with the special teams last year. We set some things up that work well, and it always helps when you got those kinds of people that can make a big play happen. And we got several of them, and we expect to have potential big plays in the kicking game all year.
And, Coach, a lot like last year, you had a lot of sophomores that you had to play, and this year it looks like a lot of sophomores are going to get a lot of playing time again. Those guys are just going to have to hang in there and grow up quick.
They do need to grow up quick, and they got a chance to be real good football players. We just hope it's quicker than some of them had anticipated.
All right, well, that's a kind of a recap of Clinton and what you can expect from the Red Devils this year. We'll be back right after these messages on Sports Radio 1410. Well, welcome back, and we're going to talk a little bit now about the game tonight. Upcoming is Newberry. Coach, last year you beat them 27-14. You were up 14-7 at the half. Scored 2 touchdowns in both halves. Pretty much held them to check, less than 100 yards of offense, but gave up a couple of big plays and let them get some points on you.
Well, I think we were up 27-7, and if I'm not mistaken, they ran back a fumble for a touchdown. We felt like we dominated the game, but this is a brand new year, second year under Phil Strickland. They're a whole lot better than they have been, and they're a good football team. They're going to make some noise.
And Coach Strickland has been successful everywhere he's been, so you know he's going to have these guys working hard.
Oh, no doubt. He's one of the best in the business. If he doesn't have them ready, I will be very surprised.
And, Coach, looking at his lineup and his starters as well, a lot of sophomores and juniors that he's counting on this year as well.
Well, I think some of their coaches have told me they got rid of some of the problems, the problem kids, and what they have is kids that want to work hard and be coachable. And if you have that and you mix that in with some athletes, you got a chance to have a good football team.
Well, Coach, last year their quarterback, Chad Davis, was a sophomore. He started and played all year and was a very good young athlete. I'm sure they ended up 4-7, but those kids got to grow a lot throughout the year, and he's going to be tough back there as a signal caller.
They've opened up and thrown a little bit, but they're going back, trying to make things easier on them. They're going to the eye, and much like what we do, they want to run. And if you can run successfully, it's going to open up your play action pass, and him with a year's experience, they've got a chance at some big plays.
And Coach, your two big fullbacks, Jimmy Shippey and Eric Gallman, are two forces to be reckoned with.
They're big. Gallman's about 6'1", 265. Shippey about 6'3", 220, and he runs much better. They bring them both in when they go to Power I. They bring in a lot of meat with them when they come, and we hope we're ready.
Coach, and then we move over to the defensive side of the ball. Gallman at 265 is going to be lined up at nose guard, so he's somebody that you're going to have to control him at the line of scrimmage to be able to get your offense to run.
Well, they always play tough defense down there. They're well coached, they're physical, they're athletic, and they get after you, and they're always a challenge. And hopefully we can knock them off the ball. And
Coach, they're, like I say, they're just as young as you are. Just seem like they're juniors and sophomores everywhere. Just a few seniors around, and they got a couple of kids that can go out and get the football.
Oh yeah, Carrington out there, he can go get it. Hopefully we can make him tackle us all night, slow him down a little bit.
All right, and what about their kicking game? What do you know about that?
They poops kick it a lot on the kickoffs. I don't know. The kid looks like he's got a pretty good leg. Why they do that, I don't know. Maybe they feel like they cover it better. Hopefully we can get a hold of it and get a good return out of it.
Well, Coach, I was checking out the Newberry Observer, and Whipson Sin, who is their stat man, says that the biggest thing they got going for them is a 3-2 in Clinton since 2000. So that's one you need to be aware of.
All right, I did not know that.
So just to let you know that Wilson keeps up with all that kind of stuff, and so Red Devils got to make sure they're ready to play and don't come in kind of flat for the home opener.
We plan on being ready.
All right, Coach, we appreciate you being here and look forward to seeing you again here next week on Sports Radio 1410.